Morning Woodhounds, Craig here. Welcome back to the channel. We're at woodyard number 2 today. I did a little cherry tree cutting. Hopefully you saw that video. Everything went smooth there, and noticed after cutting that down that we got some roadside stand racks that we need to fill up. The $25 stacks, got 2 of those. They're both empty. I actually just put up that stand last weekend. Did a video on that. Hopefully you saw that. But also the loose arm full stack here is also needing some attention. So we got the Polar trailer full of wood. We're gonna restock these and we'll see what else we get into today. Stay tuned. All right, trailer's empty. Got the $25 stacks full, but I ran out. Wasn't able to fill the front of this. So yeah, if my dad's watching, he told me to put more in the trailer. I'm not gonna have enough. Didn't listen to my dad. So there you go, lesson. Listen to your dad. But we got a good variety pack over here in the $25 stacks. Ash, cherry, a little bit of oak, river birch. And over here about the same, nice variety. And I did check the money box, and I'd say we're doing good. I don't think we had any thefts in the last week, so that's awesome. Well, I'm gonna head back to the wood yard and see what we can do today. All right, I was driving back to the wood yard and kind of thinking about what I'm gonna do next. I remember there's this dead ash tree that I want to cut down. Not necessarily just for the ash tree, but right next to it is a dead hickory tree, and I really want to get that hickory, but I need to move the ash first. So that's the plan. I'm gonna get ready, get back to the wood yard, load up, and see if my dad wants to help me cut down an ash tree. Stay tuned. You were right. I needed more wood. I didn't fill it.
I'm sorry I don't have my hearing aids in. Would you say it one more
Yeah,
time?
you were right. I didn't have enough wood like you said. Should have listened to my dad. Yeah.
Live and learn.
You want to go help me cut down a ash tree?
Sure. Where?
Down at the bottom. Yep. That ugly thing.
Yeah, I thought about that for years.
But I'm pretty sure right behind it is a bitter nut hickory that's dead. All right, made it down here. There's actually 2 little ash trees, or I think they're ash, that I want to drop first. The plan is to get the big hickory, but first the 2 little, well, not that little, but 2 ash trees got to come down first. So that's the plan. I'm going to get in there. It's pretty thick, so you probably won't be able to see me, but hopefully you can watch them fall.
See that big limb above us?
Yeah.
How far it's sticking out?
Oh man, better back up the 4-wheeler. can't tell. I mean, I doubt there's a lot of tension on this one. Like both are trying to fall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that one, that bigger one's being held up by that branch right,
Right.
there that you just had your hand on.
Yeah.
And
I guess I don't
Yeah.
think it's the case, but
right,
like, will this one want to go that way?
slingshot.
Yeah, I don't.
No, it's completely cut off at the base, right?
Right, and it wants to just
It's
fall.
just gonna roll over.
Maybe I'll.
You take the weight off. Okay.
Yeah.
Just cut the weight off of
I think.
those two and you'll be fine too. Here. Do that. Okay, fine.
Now I feel better. Great success.
Thanks to Dad.
These are actually some pretty nice rounds. Probably talk a little bit more about it at the end here, but when I was back there about to fell the trees, I debated even cutting them down at all because they didn't look the greatest from my initial view, but it's some nice solid barkless ash. Some of the limb wood isn't the greatest looking, but it's fairly dry, and I think it's pretty straight grained, so it's going to split easy. So it'll make for good campfire wood. Or if I don't sell it for campfire wood this later this summer into the fall, I think it's going to be good heating wood as well. Worst case scenario, you know, if it doesn't sell, I'll gladly burn this stuff in my wood stove. So you probably heard me say it before. All wood burns, and I'm not picky what I throw in my wood stove. Yeah, if it's 0 degrees out, sure you want some oak or locust, but it's not always 0 degrees out. Oop, almost tripped. All right, so this is load number 2. Load number 1 already went up. I'm probably gonna just call it. I could cut something small just to fill the trailer, but I think we'll just call it a day. At the beginning, I think I said these ash trees I wanted to cut down to get at a hickory tree. Well, upon closer inspection, it's not a hickory tree. I think it's an ash tree. The bark just looks nothing like typical ash. Actually, a lot of the bark on the stuff I cut today doesn't look like the typical ash. So I'm not sure if it's like a black ash or a green ash. It's not the typical white ash, I think, is what most of the stuff I end up cutting is white ash. So I'm going to show you the ash tree that I thought was a hickory tree, and you can give me your 2 cents on what type of ash tree you think it is. So that's where the 2 trees were. It's hard to see from here, but they were pretty much right next to each other, so it was kind of hard to fell them. And I am not a professional, so don't make fun of my notches. Or do. I guess I have thick skin, so make fun of my notches. But they got on the ground. So yeah, on the surface, I thought this was like a smooth bark hickory, or a bitternut hickory, I guess would be more proper name. But when I got up to it, started looking at it, this did not remind me at all of hickory. And let me step back. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it, but there are opposite branches. Again, you might not be able to see many, but all you gotta do is find one opposite branching, and then you know it's either a maple or an ash, basically, in Wisconsin. And this isn't a maple, so it's an ash. Either way, I think I will try and cut it down at some point. Bummer it's not a hickory. That's okay. Nice straight log. It will be good firewood. we have it. That should wrap up this video. Got a bunch of ash here, brought up to the wood yard. I'd say it's a little more than half a face cord. You know, thanks to my dad for helping out. You know, I think he did some videoing, although I'm pretty sure he might have not recorded the felling of the 2 trees, but that's fine. It wasn't anything too exciting, and I'm not a professional feller by any means, so you didn't miss much. But he definitely helped out, because just having another set of eyes and ears when you're felling, you know, is a good idea. Again, I'm not a professional, so you know, I don't fell a lot of trees, so having him there is definitely worthwhile. And of course, he did help with the camera work and loading the rounds and moving the brush and stuff like that. So thanks, Dad. And it was another run with the MS261 and the 25-inch bar. I still don't have any negative things to say. You know, I've probably said this a couple times. It is too big of a bar for this saw, period. But I'm struggling to find reasons to not use it. I'm not going to go out and start recommending it by any means, but if you're out there watching and you want to try it, I wouldn't stop you from trying it out. I don't think I said it. In this case, this bar and chain is actually my father-in-law's, so the only thing I had to buy was a new rim sprocket, a 3/8 rim sprocket, because my 261 usually runs a 0.325 rim sprocket. So again, another good run with the 25-inch bar. Got some nice ash rounds here. Nice day in the wood yard. So I appreciate everybody watching. Have a good one. Bye.